Coach, we got a cat fight down in Carolina. The Bengals taking on the Panthers. Joe Mixon's out with an injury. How did the Bengals get a win on the road?
Well, we know that Andy Dalton is a prototypical pocket quarterback, but Bill Lazor, the offensive coordinator, is doing kind of some fun, interesting things with their play-action game. And you can see it's all a variation on a thing.
Call them creative cats?
Sure, exactly right. This is a typical waggle, and they've got a vertical with a little slam and underneath route. But the unique thing is they bring the offside tight end. It's like the second sleeve or second ace up your sleeve. Look at the hole that's created here when you don't have that conventional vertical and flat guy. You bring in that second ace that I'm talking about. Now they get down on the goal line, and again, they kind of show the same thing. They're going to motion in here, and they're going to bring him across the formation. But I got A.J. Green going across in a crossing route on the back of the end zone. So obviously Andy Dalton's going to do the same thing, fake a little bit of a flip, see A.J. Green with nothing over in front of him, out to the corner of the end zone and touchdown. Now this is the one I really like. Same type of look. You're going to see in a two-receiver route here. Yeah, he's going to do that same cross action underneath. So Andy Dalton's going to show it look like the same play. And instead of the crosser going across the field, he changes direction. They're ready for him to be the crossing route like you typically do on the boot or the waggle, and they take him on a deep corner. So I like the way that even though they're a drop-back team, and they're only going to do a handful of those, they're kind of creative in what they're doing. Just enough of a change-up to calm down that rush, because you have to worry about Andy Dalton breaking, containing, and making these kind of throws.
So the Bengals are getting creative. Well, I want the Panthers to go straight Thundercats. I want Norv Turner on the sideline saying snarf, snarf, because he's just getting downhill, and I want them to run to win.
Snarf,
and I'm not
snarf.
talking about Cam Newton running. I want to see Christian McCaffrey and C.J. Anderson in between the tackles. Now, when you look at the way that they ran the ball against Atlanta, and this is right in the beginning part of the game, look, this is C.J. Anderson downhill, and Cam Newton's going to bring an element to the run game that not every quarterback can bring. Freezes Vic Beasley right here, freezes 42 right here with the element and the illusion of the run, and you get C.J. Anderson downhill on a safety like that. That's a punishing run. That's how you take over a defense. How about a 9-man box? Guess what? Carolina says, I don't care. We're going to run it. We've got two great double teams up front. We're going to find a crease. I think Christian McCaffrey is better in between the tackles than people give him credit for. This is what I want to see Carolina doing. I want to see him running to winning. When you look at Norv Turner, all right, 8 times he's made the playoffs as an offensive coordinator or a head coach. 7 of those times he had a 1,000-yard rusher. I don't know if it's going to be C.J. Anderson or Christian McCaffrey. It sure as heck shouldn't be Cam Newton that has a 1,000-yard rushing, but I think they've got to find a way to get physical. That's how you win games at home.
Yeah, you think about the Cincinnati Bengals. How are they built defensively? Well, we've got to account for the passing game of the Pittsburgh Steelers, okay? And we know that Joe Flacco is very good with the Baltimore Ravens and the ability to throw the ball down the field. So you're exactly right. For a Carolina Panther team, for a defensive team like Cincinnati that maybe is a little bit smaller, to line up and get big and get downhill and get physical, you're breaking the prototypical look of an offense that now says, I'm gonna come at these smaller guys, these nickel-type defenses that you put in, and I can do it with my 3 wides personnel. It doesn't have to be big people all together. Sure. So I think you're onto something there. I'd get down here and get physical with my 3 wides personnel and still go ahead and get downhill between the tackles.
The Carolina Panthers have lost a couple of offensive linemen. Both their tackles ended up on IR. And if you're playing Geno Atkins in this front, you don't want him teeing off on you. So they all want to run the football. It's going to be a fun cat fight down in Carolina.